I want to talk about 4A now because we've got East Snowball at Bishop Dwenger. Dwenger peaking at the right time, playing its best football, especially offensively, at the right time of the season, whereas East Snowball, it was a one-score game when they played Leo in the regular season. Last week, a dominant performance, 21-0, especially defensively. They might be playing their best football at the right time of the year. Two teams peaking. What do you see as the key at Shields Field on Friday night?
Man, I don't like to go down the road of common opponents and stuff like that, but you look at what Dwenger was able to do to Columbia City to open the sectional, and then you look at East Noble, Columbia City, and just that game. I mean, you look at that and be like, man, can East Noble do enough offensively against a team that absolutely shut down Columbia City in convincing fashion? There's already so much talk about this, and people are aghast when you say East Snowball is a shot, or aghast if you say Dwenger has no shot in this game. I think East Snowball feels it can go to Shields Field and win this game. They are the clear-cut best team out of the NE8, but one of the best teams out of the NE8 went to Shields Field to start the playoffs and just got absolutely run over. And that's my concern if I'm East Snowball is, yes, you are a different team. You're a better team than Columbia City, but how much better? Because we saw what Leo did last year. I think just Leo is a different team than what Columbia City or East Noble are this year, last year when Leo was able to beat them in the playoffs. So I guess it's a roundabout way saying I cannot bet against Bishop Dwenger right now with the way they're playing.
What we saw against Dwenger, they forced a lot of fumbles against Columbia City, partially self-inflicted from Columbia City, partially because we've had questions about the Dwenger offense this year, not so much about the defense.
Right.
They only allowed 6 points on a rushing touchdown by Harold Mack last week. But when you take a look at what Bishop Dwenger has done offensively, what's really working for him? Shefferly had 2 rushing touchdowns last week. Gus Tippmann had a rushing touchdown last week. How have they been able to right the ship? They scored 38 in the first round. They scored 25 last week against Wayne. The offense is looking better, and it's looking better at the right time.
It is, and it's I would say it's not exactly pretty. It's just, controlling the point of attack and running the football. I still think if this team gets in a position where it's down, it's in trouble because I don't know how much it can go vertically consistently to really climb back into games. So I think it's just old school Bishop Dwenger football where you're playing really aggressive defense, a good defense, and then offensively you're just winning battle after battle after battle up front, and 3, 4, 5 yards of play is perfectly fine for them. But I think when you look at East Noble and you say, okay, their one loss was to Snyder, week 2. And those are the games that we always said, Coach Luke Amstutz always loved to play. Play anybody, where, everywhere. That's an advantage, I think, for East Noble, playing a team like Snyder that Columbia City didn't have. Columbia City isn't playing SAC teams, and East Noble is in the non-conference. And I think that ability for East Noble to say, this is what we learned against Snyder, and this is what we have to prepare for to beat an SAC foe, maybe that's enough for the Knights to be able to be victorious on Friday.
And if you're thinking about MVPs from the area, Dylan Krell has to be one of the guys on the top of your ballot. I mean, Calder Hefty, I think, is there. Obviously Jimmy Sullivan. I mean, if you take a look at the top 4 or 5 guys in the area, you try to bottle up Dylan Krell. They've got other guys that can do it, but he's kind of the guy that makes it all go and leads that team.